Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Lady Nikki in with tonight's episode of the Have and the Have-Nots. 32 episodes in. This one is called The Committee. Now, I thought this shit was over after tonight, but it appears that we got a little bit more to go. So, let's go ahead and talk about tonight's episode. I apologize ahead of time for my lack of energy. This is the week that I have my date with Ben, and I'm starting to feel it. So that may be a little bit of why I'm not so, my energy level is a little bit low. But I apologize for it. I'm going to try to come up out of it and give y'all the best of me, the best way I know how. And so, child, we open back up at the hospital. Jeffrey panicking and yelling at Madison to know what's happened with his dad. He's telling Jeffrey to calm down, that the doctor will come and talk to him. Now, Madison did say that David went into cardiac arrest, which he not supposed to tell him that, but he tells him, and he tell him, I'm not supposed to tell you this. Old messy ass Justin say, well, if you're not supposed to tell, why are you? Called Madison a bitch of a nurse, and Jeffrey snapped and told him, you either leave or go over there and sit your ass down and shit what we like to call the entire fuck up. That's what he did. Next thing we see is them rolling David out of his room, and Madison say he's going into surgery, which scares Jeffrey even more, but Madison assured him that the doc will come and explain everything that's going on to you. Now, at this point, I'm thinking that damn Veronica is a black widow for real. She done stressed this man into a whole heart attack. She done threatened him, tried to bun him up twice, succeeding one time, because, in there, because of that burn he got on his back now from that explosion. She killed his his good girlfriend, one-time lover, Maggie Day, set her up to be dead. I said, girl, this lady just do too much. Veronica has done a lot. So then it takes us to a scene where the FBI is raiding this person's home, and I'm like, who the hell is Daniel Garrett? Because that's who they said. I didn't see his face good, but we're going to talk about who the hell Daniel Garrett is. Now, let's go back up to the hospital, because Jeffrey is waiting to hear from the doc, and Justin is sitting there trying to offer him a drink. He like, man, I don't want no coffee. Now, this is a little stronger. I don't want that either. He constantly trying to make Jeffrey drink this drink to calm him down, but Jeffrey tell him no. Justin started being persistent, so Jeffrey he actually slapped it out of his hand and told him, you know what, I had enough. You're not here because you're trying to be concerned about my father with me. You're here to watch me. He said, I'm tired of you and I'm done. And he told him he don't care what it is. He claimed like he has sacrifice for this so-called relationship with him. Jeffrey said, I didn't ask you to pull me over, and I ain't asked you to mess with me. But what I am asking you to do is get what we call the hell out my face, because I'm done with you. I'm over it. Justin said, when I ain't around you, do you know what I do? Jeffrey said, I don't care. He said, well, I think about you the whole time I'm not around you. And I know that you just upset right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on back to our apartment and I'm going to let you have some space. Jeffrey said, man, ain't no space or apartment. Leave me alone. I don't want you anymore. Justin said, Jeffrey don't know him. Jeffrey said, that's the problem. I do know you. And I'm done. So Justin said, I'm just going to go back to the apartment and wait and let you calm down. Girl, the man lives in a state of delusion. This boy hates your guts. You decided because you've been a repressed homosexual for quite some time, because it didn't just pop up at you. You haven't even come to terms with the fact that you're a homosexual man. You keep talking about it's just Jeffrey, something about him. No, dude, it's something about several men. Is it just something about RK? Because you did the same thing to him. Girl, this boy is crazy. When I tell you he crazy, and it's only a matter of time before the crazy really pop out. But see, we've been saying for the longest Jeffrey is weak and all of that. But remember, Jeffrey kind of psycho too. Remember, he is the son of Veronica Harrington, and we calling her crazy every week. Imagine what her son got inside of him. Now, he may be able to control his crazy better than his mama, but it still lives there. Okay? Now, let's go over to the Artesian Hotel, because Candace in her room minding her business, trying to pack her some clothes so she can have her a couple of days away because her nerves is ragged. She got a knock at the door, and it's Benny. He mad at Candace. He noticed she packing and said, what you finna do, run away? She said, nah, I just need to get away a few days, and besides, I ain't got no money to be doing no whole lot of getting away. Then she tells him that she aware he didn't sign the papers, and he asked, how you know? She said, someone called me. Who? She don't want to talk about it. She asked, can he just write her a check? He said, no, because both our signatures have to be on there. Benny, why would you put that money in that account? He said, because we had to open up this account after you messed everything up with the houses and the mortgages, so this is the account we got. They trying to figure out how can they touch some of the money. So Candace says that maybe they can apply for a bank loan against what's in the joint account. He wasn't sure at first, but then he decides to go ahead and go along with this idea. So they're going to go down to the bank tomorrow. And he warned her, look, I'm going to tell you this right here. Don't ever send somebody back to mommy's crib. She said she wouldn't. I said, Lord, Benny is just a big, pretty, stupid-ass mall. I'm telling you, just pretty and stupid. He continues to allow Candace to further drag him into drama, just like Hannah told him. Now he got to get to the Malone. He got to get that Malone's interest money. And I get that, but damn, dude, you a whole flunky out here letting her play you like she do. I said, I wonder sometime if getting hit by that car and being left in that doggone coma, from why you hit him and whatnot, did that make him slow? Because he's slow as hell. It's like he can't see nothing Candace is doing and who she truly is. I guess pretty really does hurt because he's stupid as hell. But moving right along. Child, next thing is Landon is walking into Candace's room with a dress to put on, and he rambling on about there's going to be a car downstairs when you get dressed to pick you up. There will be pictures taken of you and the new president-elect, so get ready. Candace say, but you ain't hearing me. I don't want to go. And she said, he told her, you must don't understand you being chosen. He said, let me explain something to you, Candace. Charles is a packaged and manufactured person. He was chosen by a committee, hence the name, the committee. And Candace was aware of this. Well, he tell her there was a girl chosen before you, and she didn't want to comply. And Candace asked, well, what happened to her? And he said, you take a guess. Candace said, Landon, this ain't you. You ain't about that life. I remember when I had you peeing in your pants. He said, well, things are different in politics, and now I'm the guy that makes people piss in their pants, not get dressed, and walked out. I said, oh. Now, remember we talked about the FBI raid and the guy Daniel Garrett that they were arresting? Child, that's the dude Veronica got to set the bomb on David and Erica, and he done been arrested and has confessed. Now, he's sitting in the interrogation room with FBI, white Mr. FBI man, right? Pink one, okay? He calls Veronica on the phone. Look, I done been arrested by the FBI and I need a lawyer. She said, okay. He said, I need you to come. She said, oh no. You're going to have to get somebody else. He's like, Veronica, I'm for real. She said, I understand that, but you need to call someone else. And she was annoyed that he had answered the phone. He had called her phone. So she told him she can't help him and hang up. Now, when she hang up, Mr. FBI, the pink one, says, she didn't fall for it. So he begins to ask Daniel about the money. How she pay you? She ain't paid me yet. So you tell me you just did this for out the goodness of your heart? No, but she hadn't paid me yet. So he goes outside of the interrogation room to talk to one of his colleagues. We're going to call him FBI agent, the black one, okay? So they running it about they don't have enough evidence right now to really arrest her. So white FBI man, the pink one, say, well, maybe we should just bring her in anyway on domestic terrorism. The black FBI agent says, she a good lawyer, right? White FBI man said, we're going to see how good of a lawyer she truly is because we're going to bring her in even though we don't have enough to make anything stick. So they leave, right? Now let's go over to Hannah's house because remember, she mad as hell and she packing. And Derek trying to help her, but she keep telling him she good, she okay. She stops finally and tells him, thank you for always making me feel better. And he says she deserves some happiness and presents her with tickets to the Bahamas. She said, I can't afford no Bahamas. He said, I got you. So she looking through the brochure and she realized that he only booked one room. And she like, I can't get in no bed with you. So they go into this thing about can they lay next to each other without touching each other. And she ain't believing that it's possible because they can't stop touching each other in the house. And that's exactly what they was doing, kissing and laying on the couch together. So child, finally back down to the hospital. We got the doctor coming to tell Jeffrey that David is okay and it was an infection, hard to detect, but they feel he's going to recover. And Madison is telling him, see, I told you your dad was going to be okay. So they talk about Justin, and Madison urges him to be careful and get away from him because he's dangerous. I see these folks come through here, victims of domestic violence all the time. This is you, whether or not you know it or not. Jeffrey is convinced he got this thing on lock. He ain't worried about it. So let's go over to the hotel, child, because Broderick is calling Catherine. He calling Catherine, and Jim sees that it's the hotel on her call ID and calls Catherine to come get her phone. When she first gets to her phone, she tell him, don't pick my phone up. He say, why? Don't know why they be calling you. She said, right. And answers the phone, and it's Broderick wanting to meet up with her and see her again. She say, when? He said, well, whenever's convenient for you. She say, mornings is good. I get my hair done, so I'll see you in the morning. Now, Jim looking at her, and when she hang up, he asks her, who is you talking to on that phone? She said, nobody. Remember, don't nobody call me? He said, yeah, you right about that. Wyatt comes downstairs wanting out and calls D.A. George to come by and take his statement since Jim said that he's under court order to stay in the home. George said you already gave a statement to D.A. Salison girl. Wyatt said it's more. So George said, well, come on down, leave the house and come by. He reminded him, didn't I tell you that I can't, my dad posted my bond and telling me that there is a court order to keep me in the house. Which is really Catherine's house, but we're going to say Jim. But whatever. So George said he going to check into it. And Catherine tell Jim he better be careful. He said, nah, I ain't the one that pulled the trigger. You better be careful. But I got this. Don't worry about it. Now, why you done walk back upstairs? He in his fucking fields, right? Now, I feel this way. We either need to go on and clean Wyatt up and write him some sense into this storyline, kill him, or put him back into a coma because he annoying as hell. He's a spoiled brat. He ungrateful because, trust, without his mama money, he'd be locked up or dead by now. So he really is ungrateful. I don't see it for Wyatt. I've been wanting him dead since season 3. Now, back at the hospital, Jeffrey is allowed to go see a woke David. He said he okay and he's aware of what happened to him. He want to leave, but Jeffrey said, now you can't go nowhere. So he asked Jeffrey, did you go to the house and get Erica contact info? He said, no, I've been right here with you. He said, son, I need you to do that. Jeffrey's scared to go because he don't want to leave his dad's side, but David said that he's okay, just please go do it. So David tells him Veronica won't win this time. Relax your nerve and just go get what I asked you to. And he agrees. So as he's walking out down the hallway, he runs into Madison, who just got off his shift. They standing in the hallway. He's saying he's going to be back in about an hour. So he offered Madison to accompany him over to his dad's house to get that contact info. Now, back at Veronica's house, honey, she didn't got cute, but she in the same dress she was in because it's the same day. But, child, she getting ready to walk out her house, and she see that the FBI is in her living room sitting on her couch, and they say Alice the maid let them in. And they need to come and to the local office to talk about the bomb. And she said she not going unless they arresting her. If you ain't got no warrant, we ain't going nowhere and do no talking. So they leave. And then she go off on Alice for letting the FBI up in her house. I said, Veronica crazy. Now, child, they got Candace dressed up in this dress that she didn't like, and she go to the restaurant to meet with Charles Obama Jr. He says she's stunning, and she says, thanks since I was forced to be here. He tells her that they are being watched because she asked for a bottle of wine. He realized maybe this was a bad idea, so he asked her to just enjoy the dinner and then they can go their separate ways. She asked, can she go now? And he said yes. She jumped her butt up to get ready to walk away, but then she thought about what Landon said about that other girl, so she returned to the table to ask, let me just ask you something. What happened with that other girl? He said, if you want to go, you free. He asked her if she's scared. She said no. He said, well, then you can go. And she did. I said, oh, Candace, I hope you don't wind up, stinking in the Chattahoochee, honey. We see Jeffrey and Madison arrive at David's place, and he's going there to look for Erica's contact info. When he come inside, baby Madison is in awe of the home and tells Jeffrey, I was an architect major at first. That's my dad's line of work, too. But once he found out I was gay, he didn't really want me to stay in that line of work. So they go upstairs looking for information, and Jeffrey thanking him for helping him remain calm throughout this ordeal with his daddy. And then he drops some info that surprised me. But before he dropped the info that surprised me, we see him going through Erica's stuff, and he finds something that disturbs him, but he tells Madison it's nothing. Now, the info that was surprising was that Jeffrey said he had a crush on Madison in school, too. And Madison is amazed, because remember, Madison was supposed to be this little fat kid. But he said he did. And then they talked about that bully that they both had and how Jeffrey beat his ass with a bat. See, I told you, Jeffrey crazy, too. Remember, he stuck his mama in her implant with a damn steak knife, too. He got a little crazy in him. Anyway, they ponder where the dude is today, child, and then here comes that awkward silence, that stare, and eventually Jeffrey starts kissing Madison, and we thinking it's all good. But then, why is Veronica in David's house? She see them kissing, and she can't contain herself. Even though it's a court order to keep her away from, she ain't supposed to be at that man's house, but she there. She coming there, who the hell is this, and this is where this goes off. Next week, we going to see the continuation of that situation going on. we going to see Benny and Hannah have it out about what he just did with not signing them transfer papers, honey. Something going to go on. Somebody going to get arrested in the DA's office, too, child. And is Catherine turning into a dominatrix? Take your clothes off faster. I said, go ahead on, Hannah. Catherine. Girl, you got to get yours too, just like the next man. Anyway, child, that brought us to the end of the review for the have and have-nots. Again, I apologize if my energy level is not up to par, but I told y'all this is my week with being Thursday, so I'm kind of running on low fuel, but I'll be all right. Y'all get down in the comment section and let me know what you thought about tonight's episode of the Have and Have-Nots. We are winding the season down, finally. I think next week the finale. I'm so glad, because it's been a ride, y'all. But I'm a ride with my boy Tyler Perry. I'm going to ride till the wheels fall off. Remember, the depth of your struggle will determine the height of your success. In the meantime, in between time, please remember to rate the videos. Ratings get me recognized down on these YT streets. Comment down below in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts and opinions about this episode of the Have and Have Not. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already subscribed. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Become a love thing today for the free 99. Once you hit the subscribe button, please remember to tap your notification bell so that you'll be aware of any time that I drop a video or go live from this channel. Thank you all for your continued support. I will see you tomorrow for our regular reviews. And I may have some extra stuff to talk about. I'm going to save the politics for the Fuck Shit Friday video. So I'll see y'all later. Y'all have a good night. Peace.